Yes, Jeff, what is your message at this year's conference?
Well, as the nature of the conference is around energy healing and subtle energies, I would say my message in general, which I've been working with for the last 30 years, is that energy medicine is the healing of this time and the future. And I'm so delighted that there's a conference centered around this that also comes from a research perspective and is a means of developing credibility in the world. I have been traveling the world for the last 20 years teaching this, and I'm fortunate enough to attract people to this work that already have a resonance, but to develop a research base that can interface with physicists and scientists and lay people around the world, that they can have something to relate to. I think that's really wonderful.
And how did you first get involved in your work?
I started off really my professional life as an architect, but I got extremely ill through a military experience that I had when I was in my 18, 19 years old, and spent many years as an architect being extremely ill, in pain most of the time. And so because of my interest in energy healing even as a child, after seeking traditional methods of healing my digestive system, I really ventured into the field of energy medicine and healed myself. So I had such great success with it and working with other people that I eventually gave up architecture. I did it for many years together, architecture during the day and healing in the evenings. I eventually gave it up and devoted my life to it, and haven't regretted a single moment.
Tell us a little bit about life alignment and, under that umbrella, body alignment technique.
Right. Well, of course it is based on the fact that everything is energy. And so life alignment looks at the human body, well, the human being, which is multidimensional, from an energetic perspective, looks at where information is blocked from our past, no matter how far that goes back, and at the same time identifies the energy blockages, the stuck energy within our organs and systems and glands. And so the two are interfaced in the sense that we identify where the blockage is, what the story is behind the blockage, in other words, the root cause, the root story, and help to release both simultaneously. And in sometimes moments, the body can be restored into its natural and original state.
Do you have a client that comes to mind where you felt the results were particularly wonderful?
Well, you know, I could name many hundreds of clients that either from diseases like Parkinson's and MS and asthma and arthritis, to people that are emotionally, psychologically challenged. We see some of these diseases, these human, what have been, named as disease, shift so dramatically. Someone, for instance, that's had Parkinson's for 30 years, 35 years, I think of one client, that in one session, taking him back into the womb and accessing memories of what was going on between his mom and dad, and particularly at his conception, and getting off the massage table at the end of a session and being free of the original condition. So what I've learned over the years is that the human body can change pretty dramatically, as we release the cause, and that applies to some of the diseases that we name, but really those are just labels to an imbalance that happens and manifests in a particular way. What are the soul contracts that we have? What have we chosen? What have we created? And we've created everything, including our diseases. And so what we do is access the soul information and identify for what reason we have created that, what were the conditions and patterns around the creation, and where the human being is ready to release that. According to the soul agenda, it can be released in moments. So this can go back to structural problems and organic problems within the body, a variety of different things.
And how do those vortex cards work with this treatment?
The vortex cards are energetic, magnetic plates that have been energetically restructured through my body. It comes from some other intelligence that helps to infuse them with a particular frequency that helps to accelerate the healing process. We can do it without cards, we can do it with our hands, but the cards are simply tools to magnify and accelerate the healing process.
And what would you like to see happen over the next year or few years with this work and how it's contributing to planet Earth?
Right. Well, part of the function of the vortex cards is to work with the environment. For one, it is to protect us from the invasive effects of our environment, the electromagnetic fields and geopathic stress and pollutants in our food and air and water. But there's also a way of neutralizing or energizing the sources of water, the sources of food, which we are doing on a global level. I believe from the years of experiences that as we heal an individual, the ripple effect of that spreads far and wide, and many, many people beyond their own families are healed in the same time. We're doing that as well with the earth and seeing dramatic changes within nature itself. The elemental kingdoms that surround and nourish nature have been grossly eliminated due to man's intervention. And so what we're helping to do is to reestablish the elemental forces that surround us and develop a relationship between ourselves and the natural kingdoms. So healing is taking place at all of these levels quite dramatically. We do a lot of research on the effect of this healing on plants and trees and flowers, on animals, on all natural forms, as well as the human being itself.
Is there anything else you'd like to share?
Well, my message as it's been for the last 20 to 30 years is that we really need to address the true causes of imbalance or disease and address it with the true nature of healing, which we are merely rediscovering. This form of healing, if we call it energy healing, has been known for centuries, and we're back at kindergarten rediscovering the reality of that in our own primitive way. And so life alignment is simply a tool and a means to re-educate and restore our ability to heal humankind and the planet.
Thank you.